Hi, and welcome to another edition of Jonathan Maberry Answers Stuff, first new one in a while. Um, One of the questions I get asked a lot, and I've gotten asked a lot recently, is what's with me and zombies? I know I write a lot about zombies, not everything. Some people think I do only zombies, but it's only about a sixth of what I do. But people want to know why. The story is actually tied to the whole zombie movement. When I was 10 years old, my buddy and I snuck into the Midway movie theaters, old Art Deco movie theater in Philadelphia, to see the world premiere of Night of the Living Dead, October 2nd, 1968. So we were there from the beginning. And I remember walking home from that movie, completely rattled by the film. And I already started thinking of how I would survive the zombie apocalypse, whether I would survive the zombie apocalypse. And I spent an inordinate amount of time since then coming up with plans on how to survive, what I would do, how I would save my family, what my escape plan is, the whole bit. Got it all mapped out, got contingency plans, the whole nine. So I've been thinking about this since 1968. That's a long time to think about it. Over the years, I have explored that in my fiction. Patient Zero was my first zombie fiction. And since I love military science fiction, I love action stories, and I love science, I'm a science geek, I wanted to really ground that as much in the real world as possible. When I did Dead of Night, which was set aside from the Joe Ledger series, that was deliberately done to give a rational backstory to something like Night of the Living Dead. And later, when I got to know George Romero, the writer-director of that movie, and talk to him, he agrees that my Dead of Night is the official prequel to Night of the Living Dead. Those are his words. And yes, that is a massive career moment for me. That's one of the reasons we're doing the anthology Nights of the Living Dead, which comes out in July, because I wanted to kind of really connect more in with the creation of the zombie world, and working with George Romero is basically, he's the guy that created that whole thing. I've done zombie comics, Marvel Zombies Return. I've done nonfiction, Zombie CSU. I've done young adult with my Rotten Ruins series. So I've done a lot of zombie stuff, and it's one of those formats that is completely malleable. You can continue to change it and bring new dimension to it, as we've seen with recent films like Train to Busan and The Girl with All the Gifts. There's always a fresh story you can tell in that world. So I love writing about zombies. And one little thing to tell you before I end here: the best zombie stories are not about zombies. They're about people who are facing an extreme crisis. The zombies just allow us to have an interesting canvas on which we can paint all these interesting stories. Okay, see you next time.